Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6. Fighter 6. Fighter 6. Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6. Fighting ground. Special match. comes a new challenger.
Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. The throw hits, now the fun begins. He tries to bait him with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Down to the wire. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to heat it up with a combo into super. Takes the chance to hurt him. KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until hits them with a stop and block? Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Going in? Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Both fighters planning something? Hits the back throw to get the side switch. The drive impact doesn't work. Reads the jump in perfectly.
This is my chance.
Moses with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Back at the start. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the court. That back throw was huge. Anti-air in the clutch. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Impact squash. This can lead to some big damage. Both sides getting wet. Gotta do better than that. Escapes the corner. Clutch anti-air. Looking for a hold. Knuckle wakes him up. What now? With super hard. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. There's a drive impact. Player 2 is, ooh, what a smart throw. Keeps him out. Amazing. The drive impact doesn't work. Jump, what a read with that anti-air. That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, top that. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Just out of range for that throw. Things are slow going right now. Down to the wire. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Gets the cross up. What's the play here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Checks with the projectile. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Not much drive to work with at the moment. Nails the anti-air. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Was KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Got their eye on the air. The quarter fares in overdrive shorty. Neither of them willing to back off. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Going in. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. They were expecting that drive impact. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. There's a change of sides. Jump. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
Sure you can.
Medium kick. Knockdown and... Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Sticks out a kick. Player 1 has a full drive gauge but is on the brink of death. throws a fireball. One chance, just goes for it at this range. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 brings it home. This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out?
It's not over.
Opts for the throw. What's the play here? Player 1 chases them down. Grabs them. Knockdown. Right lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. What a finish. Great meat on the life gauge there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super arm. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Smart play with the throw. Goes for the jump in. Risky hits him with a stop and block. Matt hits a good spot to use the super. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
What's wrong? Get up.
We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Knock them out of the air. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Even the slightest hit hits the drive. Looking for a hole. Good parry. Oh my, the full bends it on the fireball. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with a super armor. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Oh, easy tag. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Player 1 is up KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Challenge from above. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2, hold up, they broke through the super arm. Must have seen it coming. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Goes with uses the gauge for a super arm. Spends 2 for the meteorite and absolutely destroys it. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Shoots off a fireball up close. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Both sides looking for an opening. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. What's the play here? Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Takes a trip. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Combo with the target combo. Very solid corner switch. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks him with a projectile. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Jumps, grabs and throws them away. Uses the target combo as a filler. Scrapping it out up close. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Zones with the fireball. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Going in. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Hold on, they broke through the super. Must have seen it in there. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Stays cool and counters. Still slugging it out here. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Heading into the endgame, that brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Takes a trip. Headbutt. Shoots off a fireball up close. Hold your breath. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other? Experiencing burnout. Neither fighter can use their drive moves. How will they close out the KO? Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Blocks the cross-up. Good read. Just smart play to stop the opponent there. Hits him with a stop and pop. This is gonna be bad news. Taking stock. Burnout activates. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Target locked and scoop. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Smart play with the throw. Full SA experiencing burnout. It's a good spot to use the super. We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Opts for the throw. Goes for the low kick. Lots of aggression from both sides. Projectile to try and change the situation. That drive impact doesn't get through. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. All right, what's coming up next? Down to the wire. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Jump. Scrapping it out up close. Player 1 can't afford mistake in there. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. There's an overdrive shorty. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to plant him with a pile drive. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Going in, digs in deep to get that drive in. On for the critical art. The big flex, the broken jaw, big Shoryuken.
This is the path I have chosen.
Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in and whiffs. They're wide finishes with the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Drops them from the air. Oh, what's this? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. What now? Sees the overhead coming. Connects with the throw. Close range projectile. Clutch anti-air. Okay, here we gotta do better than that. Looking for a hold. The overhead denied. Amazing. Low heavy. Nice fireball. Throws him. What's next? Nothing stops this train. This is it. What are they gonna do? A jump in? They didn't check the throw! Player one really had to fight for that one! No shortage of drama! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Jones with the fireball. Still very early in the round. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? They were ready for the air attack. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Nails the anti-air. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead gets. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Tries them open with a Shoryuken. Player two took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Quick breather. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Oh, says no to the impact. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Nice double lariat. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player one is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over. Taking no prisoners.
Well fought!
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Fight with all your heart.
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. The throw connects for counter hit damage. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. The cross-up's good. Decides to meet them in the air. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Feeling out the spacing. Gets him. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Still very early in the round. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need... Oh, burnout triggered! There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. KO! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Brushes that off and keeps going. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive. Gotta do better than that. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Player 2 has a big drive gauge here. Burns out. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. No! Critical art now? Shred them with a critical art. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. A real throw! Okay, here we go. Only a little bit of drive and life. Oh, you're grounded! Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Risky up hits them with a stop and vibe. Combo with the target combo. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Throws him down. Taking stock. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. I think both fighters want to keep an eye on their drive gauge and try to refill it whenever they can. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. So, what's next?
Pay attention.
Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Oh, they were looking for that overhead. Projectile to try and change the situation. The quarter hits them with a stop and vibe. Experiencing burnout. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. The big flex. The broken jaw. Shin Shoryuken.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 1 is not in a good flawless round. They got him so quick.
Real.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Got their eye on the air. Checks with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is down to the wire. Picture perfect punish counter. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Shoots off a fireball up close. Nails the anti-air. Looking for a chance. The impact doesn't do anything. The drive impact is denied. Parries the projectile. Player 2 can build off this lead. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. What'll happen here? Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Still alive? Still alive?
Now you know.
Hanging by a thread. Just needs one final push. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it.
Here comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Let's go! Ring the bell! This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Definitely saw that counter coming. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Gets a chance with that jump in. Trips him up. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Knockdown. Player 2 chases him down. Takes the chance to hurt him. Can't catch the throw? Taking stock. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Springs forward with the drive rush. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Gets the counter hit throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Hit them with a 1-2. They were right to be on guard there. Both fighters have a full super meter on. It's a good spot to use the super. No, are they actually dead? Both fighters gotta roll up those sleeves and it's a flawless round. They got them so quick. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Goes for the fireballs. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Who's it gonna be? The battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Opts for the throw. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first, they have a big advantage here. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. Sticks the combo. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. A comeback's gonna be tough now. Get some. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Oh, could be the start of something. Time to reassess the situation? So, what's next? They are absolutely wailing on each other in the middle of it. Hit them with a stopping bomb. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 1 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Throws a fireball. Blocks the impact. Looking for a chance. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are... Oh my god, they just choked it up! Player 2, wow, sat and waited for this opening. There's the drive impact. Player 1 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Holy, drop that off! Player 2 is in a very good spot now. A rare chance here, over in a flash. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Misses the drive impact. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Starts off zoning with fireball. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. What are they thinking here? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Good job blocking the jump down to the wire. I never miss. The counter is blocked. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Life lead opens up. Oh, burnout triggered. Shoots off a fireball up close. They break things off to take a quick breather. In there! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Both fighters hit them with a stopping body. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is uses the gauge for a super art. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Jumps? Barely blocks the jump in. They must have a game plan here with the critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. In there! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Opens with a brush that off and keeps going. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Misses the grab. Wrecks them. Close range projectile. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Looking for a hole. Excellent block. The drive impact doesn't work. Psycho Glitch wakes them up. Throws them. Both sides. Nothing stops this train. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Wants to close it out in style, but isn't enough. What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. Got ahead into both of them. Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Let us begin. I'll take on all of Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Well-timed command throw there. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. In a dire situation, picks up the win with a projectile. Good read. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump and hits him with a stop and pop. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Looking to plant him with a pile drive. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. The drive impact is denied. Oh, says no to the impact. Both fighters planning something? Player 1, target locked and scoop. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. A jump in? Great headbutt. Turn out. Expect the tempo of the match to take. Oh, the throw connects. But opts for the critical art. A clean KO. Nice meter awareness. Closes it out.
Nicely done.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Dashes forward. Checks him with a projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Trips him up. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Goes for the throw. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Got their eye on the air. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. What a finish. Great lead on the life gauge there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws out a projectile. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Okay, creating some space here. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that drive gauge and leave themselves vulnerable. Feeling out the spacing. Trying to read each other here? Time's the only thing moving here. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Gets the combo. Knockdown and it's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Medium kick. Hits them with a stop and bop. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things in that fireball. Goes to the air. Reads the jump-in perfectly. They can't squander this punish counter chance. A single hit will do it. A real test of closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Gets the jump in. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Sticks the combo. Nails the anti-air. Knockdown. Shinku Hadouken! The super art finds its mark. Pries him open with a Shoryuken. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. There's an overdrive Shoryuken. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? What's going to be the play here with this kind of meter then? That drive impact doesn't get through. A quick breather. Jumps in. Still slugging it out at this range. Knockdown. Smart play to stop the opponent there. There's an overdrive arm. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Checks with a medium. Closes the gap. Impact squash. Brushes that off and keeps going. Can they create an opportunity? Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Oh, here we go. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Cool set that burns out. One chance here may end this match. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Doing some quick planning? A real test of denies the jump-in attempt. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will that drive impact get punished? The combo's there. No good up high. Grabs him. What are they thinking here? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Checks him with a projectile. The jump-in is denied. Taking stock. The super armor does its job. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Jumps? Both fighters are barely alive. Burnout activates. The burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. They're going for the super art? The super doesn't hit. Player 2 gets him. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Fires off in overdrive. Shoryuken? Jumps? Very solid corner switch. Brushes that off and keeps going. The throw whiffs. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Player 2 experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Cross-up attack. Player 2 holding onto that. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still with it. Clutch, anti-air. How did they anticipate that jump in? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Jump! This can lead to some big damage. Shows a medium kick. In with the cross-up. Side switch in the corner. Max F. Nothing stops this train. Carried to the corner. This may be bad news. And whips. They're wide open. Turning it right up with the super. They're going to teach you a lesson here. To play with fire, you're going to get burned. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. They're taking a step back to slow down the clutch anti-air. The drive impact doesn't work. Player 1 has to hit the drive. Fireball pressure. Trying to win. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Noticeable. Oh, it's enough. Player 2 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Jump in, finds the mark. Opts for the throw. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Drive gauge finally recovers. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Burnout activates. Sticks the jump in. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 has depleted their drive, finishes it with the anti-air. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Throws out a projectile. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their grounding. Looking to impress with this super. The big flex, the broken jaw, Shin Shoryuken!
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 2 is burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. They're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damage to finish it. Player 2, untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 had a rough go of it last round due to poor drive management. But there's still time to adapt and turn this match around. Time to reassess the situation? So, what's next? Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Knockdown and hit the drive! Oh my god, they just choked it up! Doesn't miss. Genius read with that throw escape. Jump! That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. What now? Gets into perfect fireball range. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Shrugs that off! At the midway point of the round. What's next? Player 1 is in a big wall flat into the guard frame. Player 1 can't use drive anymore. Sets up with the jump in. Putting it all on the line. Takes it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. The super connect. The Jinrai? Player 1 charges up the plasma. I can't believe it. Answers with a fireball. Oh my god, Rock! Are you kidding me? Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. We're in for something special right here, right now.
Let us begin.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Gets a good read on their opponent. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Opts for the throw. Time to do some damage after that wall splash. Opts for the super art. Perfect time to spend the meter. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juice in here. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Shoots off a fireball up close. Quick dash it. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the back throw to turn things around. Barely blocks the jump in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Blocks it. Genius read. Drive gauge is looking back. What do they do now? Burnout triggered. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. What's the next move? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Knocked them out of the air. A real test of nerves here. Amazing. A single hit will kill hit. What a finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Decides to go in with the target combo. What are they thinking here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Knockdown. Gotcha. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Taking stock. Had the radar up and running. Heading into the end game now. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. One combo can end this round right now. Okay, creating some space here. The opening on that MKO! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Player 1 chases them down. Decides to meet them in the air. Projectile to try and change the situation. Lots of life to play with, and full SA meters. Springs forward with the drive rush. Were they baiting them into that? Gets the jump in. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Ooh, there's a side flip. Gotta do better than that. Super hard brushes that off and keeps going. Life with burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new warrior has entered the ring!
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let us be round 1. Fight!
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. What are they thinking here? Throws him down. Still slugging it out here. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Nails the anti-air. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. This is a huge get. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Grabs and throws him away. Checks him with the projectile. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. Misses the grab, brushes that off and keeps going. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 2 can't use any drops. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. A quick breather. Gotta do better than that. Blood anti-air. Yo, are they actually dead? Hanging by a thread. Just needs one final push. They've gotta go. Impact squash. Dangerous range here. So, what's excellent block? Nice fireball. Doing some quick planning? Flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. They are letting it fly from the get-go. Shuts that down with a parry. That feeling out phase is over. Time to get down to business. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with him, brushes that off and keeps going. Grabs and throws him away. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Target combo into... Oh, here he throws him. Player 2 is dangerously close to running out of drive. Forward rush. There's a drive impact. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. With excellent block. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Gotta do better than that. Gauge fires off the missile. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Shrugs that off. Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. They gotta find something to work with here. A real test of... Oh my god, they just choked it up. Dangerous range here. Close range projectile. Hadouken. Jumps. They are done. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Impact squashed. Zankuhado. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Sticks the combo. Trips him up. Player 2 has the life lead. The impact gets blocked. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Brushes off the impact. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Whiffs the throw. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Time to do some damage after that wall splat. Brings out the super art. How's this gonna work out for them? Takes a experiencing burnout. Closing moments of the match. Sends a little gauge for the stop struggle. Neither fighter can use their drive moves. How will they close out the round? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Sakuhado manages to block the jump-in and KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
Hadouken! Hits him with a stopping power! Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Medium kick! A quick breather. Smart way to stop the opponent there. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2, this is gonna be bad news. This Shin Hashogaki is gonna sting. Oh, let's go, Bug Super Art. One chance, a gutsy fireball gives them the round. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Goes for the low kick. The cross-up connects. Oh! Gets a good read on their opponent. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Blocks the jump in. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Life lead opens up. All right, what's coming up next? Player one, KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player one was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Medium kick hits. Both fighters planning some hits them with a stop and pop. Throws a fireball. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Uses the gauge for a super art. Bends all three bars to give him one of life's hardest love that. Take a sip. What now? What are they gonna do? Both hurting for some drive gauge. Okay, here we go. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Oh, here he's willing to risk it for the overdrive. Can either of these fighters turn out like what a finish? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Let us begin. Round one.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. The throw hits, now the fun begins. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. No go for the throw. Player one is just about out of drive action. Turns it up a notch and looking to cook him up, weaving that super art into the combo. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Knockdown. Heading into the end KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. They start the offensive by charging forward. Player one chases them down. Akuma's going in. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here we go. The no-fly zone. Side switch in the corner. Knockout, drive rush to keep it going. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Goes for the jump in to start. Demon Raid breaks the block with a throw. Forward rush. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Scrapping it out up close. Player gotta do better than that. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. We use Animate for this cookout. Player 1 is dangerously close to running. Burns out.
My turn.
Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with Burnout. Looking for a hold. Quick medium poke. Demon looking to slice off a limb with a demon teeth. Player 2 is barely turning it right up with a super. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. I can't believe it. A real test of nerves here. Are you kidding me? I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Throws them. Medium kick hits. Oh, they're blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Can't tech the throw. Oh, whiffs the throw. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. No more drive gauge. The quarter makes it hard to get so. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws them to negate the block. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Holds out with the block. Does a good job of pushing back. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Smart play. They're going for the super art.
This is my chance.
Jumps in. Medium kick hits. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Excellent block. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Player drive impact misses. Okay, here we go. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. Chips them for the win. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. They were expecting that drive impact. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Strings it all together. Takes a trip. They can open up this round big by converting this punish combo. All right, what's coming up next? Burnout is triggered. Okay, creating some space here. Goes for the super art. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Demon Raid brushes off the impact. Can't tech the throw. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel up. This is gonna be bad news. Both fighters planning something? Looking for a chance. Checks him with the projectile. Gaku. Smart play with the throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta push that off and keep going. All in with the rush. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Right lead is there, but still anyone's game. Will this be enough to kill? What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Gotta do better than that. Demon Raid reads the throw and escapes. Sakuhado. Player 1 has to hit them with a stop and block. Player 2 needs to wait this. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh, this could really tip the scale.
What's wrong? Get up.
A jump in? Here comes the corner pressure. And whiffs, they're wide open. Sees the overhead coming. Punish counter on reaction. Are you kidding me? Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. No good up high. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. All right. Sees it coming and blocks it out. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Goes for the drive rush there. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Timely side switch there, which they can't squander this punish counter kick. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Knockdown. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Closing Shinku Hadouken. That's not gonna hit. Neither fighter can use them. The kick hits. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Solid combo. Zanku Hado. Gonna pay for telegraphing that jump in. Super clutch corner switch. Both fighters planning something? Jumps? Scrapping it out up close. A quick breather. In there! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting as he brushes that off and keeps going. Throws a fireball. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are good. Oh, in with a rush! Full SA turning it right up with a super. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player two can't use drive. Drive, in fact, misses. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Huge chance after that wall spot. Knew the throw was coming. Shrugs that off. Punish counter on reaction. Turns out. Okay, here we go. Doesn't take the throw. Player one was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. They were right to be on guard there. Solid combo. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Saw that drive impact coming from a mile away and parried it. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Shoots off a fireball up close. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or be KO? Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Combo with the target combo. Jumps in. Throws him. What's next? Hits him with a stop and pop. Player experiencing burnout. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Zanku Hadouken. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Solid anti-air. Gotta do better than that. Player one will need to play it conservative until they're drunk. Nothing stops this train. Drive usage is back on the table. Links it. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. What are they gonna do? They're both out of drive gauge. Will they press on or wait it out? Wraps it up with a throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player two needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Links it! Still scrapping. Excellent block. Nice fireball. pumps the brakes on the impact. The drive impact doesn't work. Punish counter on reaction. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Up to spin the leader on the super. Are we going to see a come throws them? What now? Player 1 is in a very good spot. And it is over. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Throws them to negate the block. Checks with the projectile. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Can't tech the throw. Goes for a drive rush. The KO. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. The impact's a no-go. Hits him with a stop and pop. Player 1 has an empty drive game. Springs forward with a drive rush. Going in. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive. Burnout activated. Risky up-close scraps to knock them out of the air. This is gonna hurt. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.